spokesperson, TDP. Guru Prakash Paswan, Dr. Prakash Paswan, allow me to begin with you. At one point of time, it seemed that the BJP is supremely confident of doing it alone. And we saw that happen the last time around in 2019. This time, it seems the promise of 400 quite big. So every possible player, the BJP eyeing as a possible ally.
Good evening, Preeti. I think the question should not be about doing it alone. The question in a democracy must be about everyone being a stakeholder. And what we are witnessing now, that there are conversation and discussions in the South that a possible likely alliance with TDP, a possible likely alliance with the Biju Janata Dal. And when we say about these political parties, Preeti, we must understand that the leaders of TDP, N. Chandrababu Naidu or Naveen Patnaik, they are leaders of resilience. They are leaders of popular support. We have seen how in Odisha single-handedly Naveen Babu has been getting the mandate of the people of Odisha for all the good governance and the welfare-driven politics that he has done. So the idea in a democracy is to have a voice for everyone. And NDA, over the course of last 3 months, we have seen, in fact, I am live from Bihar, Preeti, you very well know. And Patna was the epicenter of the India Alliance, the meeting that was first conceived, the physical meeting that first happened, the man who orchestrated the entire India Alliance paraphernalia, it started in Patna. And Mr. Nitish Kumar, only a couple of days ago, we saw in Begusarai, Bihar, cheering for Prime Minister Modi. So I think that shows that people across the parties, they are now aligning with the vision, with the imagination and the constructive political narrative of the NDA alliance. The last 10 years, we have seen how smaller regional political parties are coming with the NDA fold. And I think this is the defining moment of the 2024 election. On the one hand, you have political parties like RLD, the Rashtriya Lok Dal, deserting the India Alliance, the Janata Dal United, deserting the India Alliance. We will see many more possible such divorces happening in the India Alliance. But one thing is clear, one thing is sufficiently clear, that the people of India with diverse voices, with diverse background and in diverse regions are going to join the NDA Alliance, who has a clear-cut vision of 2047 of a Viksit Bharat, a developed India, Preeti.
All right. Okay, so Dr. Mohammed, call it the vision of Viksit Bharat like the BJP puts it, or call it what many might also suggest, political analysts, that it is to cobble up that 400 which the BJP has promised. The question comes down, Dr. Mohammed, if the BJD joins in, there are 21 seats where Lok Sabha is concerned in the state of Odisha. The TDP coming in, the Jana Sena coming in, the Shiromani Akali Dal seemingly coming in. We'll ask the spokesperson in a short while from now. Then it's a tall order, Dr. Mohammed, to stand up against.
No, first and foremost, they say, the Bharatiya Janata Party, we are a very strong party. Narendra Modi, we will win, we will get more than 300. I fail to understand why you're going after alliances. When you see them going after all the alliance partners, the new one, BJD always supported them from outside, TDP was there with them. Akalis were there with them, and you're going back to them. You are going to them, more than they coming to you. It's because you are scared. At the end of the day, the ground reality is different. There is price rise. There is unemployment. 2022, we did not have 5 trillion economy. The farmers' income has not been doubled. Students do not have loan. There are various issues. And as you see, a democracy is completely compromised in this country. So, we just saw a sitting judge resign who was against a party, against the state government, gave orders against them, resigned and joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. What is that? That's definitely quid pro quo. You give cases against the particular state government, which we do not like, resign and join our party. So every judge, what are you trying to do here? That's completely unconstitutional. Number 2, BJD. BJD and BJP fought against each other in the state. You're going to make it an alliance partner. What happens to your cadres? They are completely confused, everywhere there's confusion. Everybody
But Ms. Mohammed, that should be an opportunity for you. Because if the BJD comes together, it's a red letter opportunity for the Congress to take the opposition space in Odisha. You should be more than glad it's happening.
So I'm coming to that, Preeti. Preeti, you're a little hyper sometimes. That's what I'm coming to my next point. That's what
I'm the moderator. Well, yeah, that's okay. Take it or leave
You're
it,
a
ma'am.
nice
That's
person,
me. Go
and
ahead.
you're a very good moderator and a very good reporter and a very good anchor, I must say. So I'm coming to the next point, as
Thank
that
you.
because now they have joined together, there is so much of problems. People are so against them that it is excellent for the Congress party. We have joining ins every other day in the Congress party in Odisha. See, you can't take the people of India as stupid. You can't take them for granted. They have a brain and they will vote against what is happening in this country. The democracy is in danger. There is an undeclared emergency. There's nothing happened. You will hear names like Viksit Bharat. You
Okay.
will hear Amrit Kal. You will hear a lot of names. I don't know what Kal, which Amrit,
Okay.
which Viksit is happening out here. I don't see anything. What I see is wherever I go, when I go out to buy something, things which used to cost 500 would cost 1,000 now.
Okay.
So that is Viksit
All right.
Bharat.
I'm going to take a rebuttal
Guru
from Dr.
Prakash.
Paswan, and then I'm going to open the debate to our Shiromani Akali Dal spokesperson and our TDP spokesperson. Mr. Paswan, you wanted to come in for a rebuttal. Quickly, sir. Make it short.
Yeah, I patiently heard the spokesperson from the Congress party, and I would just like to remind your viewers, Preeti, about an interview that was given by the RBI governor that the economic growth of 7.6% is set to exceed. So I think data doesn't lie. Number two, democracy being compromised. I think this is beyond my comprehension, beyond my imagination, that this nation has only witnessed emergency once,
Well, okay,
and the
now
party that imposed
I'm going to
emergency is very
interrupt here
much
Ma'am,
because
the party of the spokesperson.
please accord the
I
same,
did not,
accord
Preeti,
the same courtesy that he's accorded you. I promise you, I will come back to you. You can come in for a rebuttal after I open up the debate. Sir, make your point. Please keep it short. Allow me to open up the debate. I'll come back to the both of you.
Thank you so much, Preeti. So thank you so much for exposing, because who exposed emergency tendencies when you don't let the other people speak? I think this is the trait of a party that has
I
imposed
like that.
emergency. Thank you so much for that.
You
So
don't need to
democracy
speak.
being compromised, I think the democracy being compromised. Preeti, I think.
Are you reading
Yeah,
from a
thank you so
book or
much.
One
something?
second.
You're
All
Only
right,
going
can I just have
down. Are
Guru?
you
Can I,
reading?
ma'am, please don't. Please, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just get one of you one at a time. So I'm going to put the fader down of Dr. Mohammed. I'll come back to her. Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan, make your point, sir. Keep it short. Allow me to open the debate and I'll come back to you.
No, Preeti, I am just making my point. I am being heckled here. I'm just bringing this to your notice. I did not speak even a single word when Madam Mohammed was speaking. So I think she could accord the same courtesy to me. So I'm just making a simple point. Economic growth of 7.6%, they won't see. They won't see the financial untouchability that was there under their era. And today we have a bank account for everyone. Under their era, Prime Minister used to say that 1 rupee start from Delhi and 15 paise reaches because of leakages, because of corruption. Even today, when the Prime Minister was in Jammu and Kashmir, and he said that the record number of tourists are visiting, only in 2023, we have an unprecedented 23 crore plus tourists visiting Jammu and Kashmir. We have an unprecedented rise of tourism in Amarnath and Vaishno Devi. We have an unprecedented diversity and inclusion. On the stage, when the Prime Minister was speaking, there was Ghulam Ali, the first ever Pasmanda Muslim member from the Rajya Sabha from the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
All right, sir.
Democracy has deepened, inclusivity has come, diversity is there.
Okay, allow me to open up the debate, and Dr. Mohammed, I'm going to come right back to you after I bring in both the other spokespersons. All right. Sir, allow me to bring in Mr. Grewal, Senior Vice President, spokesperson, Shiromani Akali Dal. All right, sir, allow me, sir. Allow me. Thank you. Mr. Grewal, getting you in right now. You know, the fact is, one understands what the BJP will get from the BJD. Still a question mark on what the BJD gets from the BJP, but that's an alliance that's practically finalized is what we are hearing it. Where are you going? Is the Shiromani Akali Dal all right to go with the Bharatiya Janata Party, because that's what we are seeming to get feelers?
Preeti, I think it's not very correct, because only 2 days back we had a meeting. The President, Sir Sukhbir Singh Bahadur, told the persons who were participating in the meeting that till date we have no discussions and we have not in contact with BJP for any seat alliance. Second thing is that there are certain basic issues like creation of separate Gurdwara, not allowing the notification issued by the Government of India in 2019 to be implemented, then creating Haryana a right in Chandigarh, and then interfering in the religious affair of Sikhs, whether it's a Takht Patna Sahib, Takht Hazur Sahib, Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, Haryana Committee. unless or until these basic issues are sorted out, I think
Okay.
it will not be practically possible for Akalis to anyway have any alliance with the BJP, because
But okay,
any
as I bring
alliance.
in, Sir, Grewal sir, as I bring in Miss Tirunagri, I want to ask you, those caveats are there, but there's a possibility you're saying if all gets sorted, correct?
Yeah, we will not be averse to that if the
Okay.
basic. See,
Okay,
we
sir.
can't sacrifice the principles for the power.
Got it, sir.
Principle
But you're
stands
saying you're
one.
not averse. You're not averse to a
We,
tie-up with the Bharatiya Janata Party for Lok Sabha 2024 if the whatever you've detailed is sorted out, right? That's what you're
yes,
suggesting.
yeah, no,
So in
no
all
issue, no
probability,
issue.
it's an alliance that will happen. Now, Professor Tirunagri, I want to get you in. Your leader right now is in the national capital. Are we going to see an alliance being inked in the next 24 hours, ma'am?
See, the talks are on. Earlier also talks have happened around a week and a half ago. So now definitely the talks are on. We are not going to shy away from saying that. Here, let me put in my point here, Preeti. There will be no permanent enemies, no permanent, friends in politics, especially when the parties are principle driven. There should be some similarity in their principles. There should be the wavelength should be matching at some point of time. See, we were a part of NDA earlier. We came out of NDA also. In fact, Chandrababu Naidu garu has been the convener of NDA earlier. So definitely
Okay.
there was a historical alliance between TDP and BJP. So if in case now the alliance happens, it's probably it's a there's nothing to be surprised about it, because the both the whether it is BJP or TDP, for
Okay.
BJP it probably is the nation first, and
But
for
I'll tell you
TDP
why the surprise element comes, Mr. Tirunagri, as I bring in Dr. Mohammed back into this conversation, I'll tell you why the surprise element comes in. Because when your leader was in jail, the BJP wasn't very kind, especially the state unit of your state, and you know that better. So when you talk about ideology, you talk about respect, that seemingly was missing at that time.
No, let me interrupt here, Preeti, because at that particular point of time, the state president of BJP, Purandareshwari Garu, has responded. She has very categorically given a statement that what has happened is wrong and false cases
Okay.
have been lodged. She has said that. And in fact,
Okay.
at that particular point of time, our party general secretary, Lokesh Garu, has met the honorable home minister also,
Okay.
appraising him of the law and order situation in the state. See, I'll tell you
All right.
one thing. I'll tell you one thing here.
Quickly.
Let me put my point very clearly. We are thinking of the long-term development plans for Andhra Pradesh. We are thinking of the priorities for the state. We are thinking about the policy initiatives for the state. We are thinking about the financial indiscipline that has happened in the state for the past 5
Right.
years.
And for now, it seems the BJP is a likely alliance, and that's possibly going to happen. So, Dr. Mohammed, like even the spokesperson said, possibly in the next 24 hours, the TDP and the Jan Sena, which is already an ally of the TDP, are going to be allies of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You wanted to come in for a rebuttal? Go ahead.
Hear what they spoke, because I just went offline. Sorry about that. But my only thing is, the TDP leader had left because they did not give the special package. Babu Naidu at that point of time. He was very upset. He was very angry, and he left the government. Now, what happens is when they have, like you said, there's no ideology here. They know that there is no other way, so they make these alliances. Everybody wants to be. The problem with regional parties is they need to be in power and they want to be with the present government. They feel that. But what they are not going to understand is there's going to be a surprise in 2024. Everybody thinks that there is one particular party or one particular formation, alliance, which is going to win, and that's not going to be. Because I know, I can feel the undercurrent whenever I go out with the public, where they clearly are saying we are fed up of what is happening. A lot of businessmen are fed up of what is happening, because if they, through electoral bonds, when they were giving us money, SBI knew it, so the government of India knew it. And what happened? They were told, I have businessmen who told me that, listen, we cannot give you money. They keep threatening us. There's a huge issue out here. So that is the reason even now the SBI has been asked to reveal the names, the election commission. But the XBI is saying that we can't. We need 6 months' time. But when the BJP wanted the names, they give it in 48 hours. So, this is what's happening in our country. That is the problem. Like how the election commission was changed. We had the Chief Justice before. We had the leader of opposition, the Prime Minister. The Chief Justice has been removed. Now a cabinet minister is there. So what does it say?
what it clearly says is that we also want to control who the election commission is, how the election is
Okay.
run in this country. Now, where is democracy here? Every pillar
Okay.
of democracy is being destroyed. Every
Okay.
pillar.
All right. Okay. I just want to bring in the BJP spokesperson, Dr. Paswan, again into this conversation. Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, the fact is, which the Congress also says, that you are practically gauging the ground situation, alliances in terms of seat sharing for India coming in together, and therefore, leave alone 400, you're trying to cobble up enough allies to sustain.
Preeti, I think the term coalition dharma, it came into the political lexicon of India during NDA-1. When Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji was the Prime Minister, we ran a coalition that was as diverse as having a Farooq Abdullah ji, a Mamta Didi, and even a DMK. So I think the value, the relevance of alliances has been institutionalized by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even today, you see people are flocking to the NDA because they see there is obviously a sense of vision. There is obviously a sense of direction. On the contrary, when you speak of the Congress party, and the Congress party speaking of democracy is indeed very rich for me. The Congress party has not cultivated any second generation leadership. You speak of Mr. Sindhya, you speak of Mr. Himant Biswa Sharma, you speak of Mr. Jitin Prasad, you speak of Mr. RPN Singh. All of them have been leadership of resilience, but they have deserted the Congress party. They have divorced the Congress party. People of India, Preeti, can see through the hypocrisy and the dual standard of the Congress party. Infrastructure, connectivity, investment, every possible manner, digital infrastructure as well. We are seeing people from across the section, women voters from minority communities, they are voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Today we saw what happened in Jammu and Kashmir. So I think these are signs of the coming time. These are signs of the future, that in all possibilities, 400 plus across length and breadth of our country, north, south, east and west, people are going to stand solidly behind the vision, behind the imagination of the Honorable Prime Minister, because we are not fighting for 2024. We have a vision for 2047. We have a vision for the next 25 years, that how do we completely eliminate dynasty? How do we completely eliminate corruption from Indian public life?
All right. Okay, but Dr. Prakash Paswan, the men you named right now who've switched from the Congress, and you talk about dynasty, you and I both know how many of them were dynastic. You've named,
yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
4 out of 5. They were dynastic.
He spoke
and the
about
second,
Sindhya.
Right, go ahead, ma'am. Make your, yes.
Sindhya, he spoke about Sindhya, RPN Singh. They're all dynasts. Let me tell you that. So you said you want to eradicate dynasty. Why did you give Bansari Swaraj?
Give her 30 seconds, I'll come back to you.
Why did you give Bansari Swaraj ticket? What is her? What did she do for the party? No, because she's a dynast.
1 second.
So don't talk
30 seconds.
Why are you not kicking out Piyush Goyal?
Ma'am, 30 seconds. Ma'am, 30 seconds. Make your point. I'll go back and I'll take final comments.
Anurag Thakur, a dynast. I can tell you the dynast. Dharmendra Pradhan, dynast. So why? What are you trying to say here? I mean, you have enough and more dynasts in your party, and then you're saying we're going to kick out dynasts. If you had kept Meenakshi Lekhi, I understand that you're not after dynastic politics. But you kicked out a leader who did well, and you put a dynast. That's what you did. So what do you have to say for that?
30 seconds is over. May I please get Guru Prakash Paswan? Guru Prakash Paswan, other than the whole dynastic jibe that you keep getting back, to you, the other point which has been made by the opposition many a times is the use of central agencies. And I'll give you an example. TMC leader Tapas Roy, who joined your party right now, till January, he was being raided by the ED, sir.
Preeti, I think Justice Lodha in 2013 said that CBI is a caged parrot. And as far as the use or the political use of agency is concerned, the Congress party has mastered it. In the last 10 years, if you look at the data threadbare, more than 1 lakh crore.
Can I just get Mr. Paswan?
More than 1 lakh crore money has been attached. But the
Go ahead, sir. Make your point.
I think I will not. This is not my sanskar, Preeti. This is not my sanskar like the Congress
Sir, 30
party.
seconds,
Congress party is dictatorial. They cannot tolerate any other point of view, and this is shown in your debate. Enforcement Directorate, CBI, every possible agencies has attached more than 1 lakh crore of public money. They have returned more than 50,000 crore of all the bad loan that was sanctioned in the UPA area. When the Congress when UPA 2 was in power, they gave bad loans to Nirav Modi.
Allow me to end with our two spokespersons. 10 seconds, 20 seconds each. Apologies. Mr. Grewal, so once again, an alliance could be on the cards if all permutation combinations are met, correct?
Preeti, for us, one thing is very clear. Say after Operation Blue Star and Massacre of Delhi, we can't think of going to with the parties who are aligned with the Congress. Second
Fair
thing,
enough.
they are talking. Second
Fair
thing,
enough,
the
sir.
madam representing the Congress is saying they allied with that. They allied with that. 2 months back, they were demanding the arrest of Mr.
Okay.
Kejriwal, and they appreciated the
Okay.
arrest of
Mr. Jyotsna
Sisodia,
Tirunagari,
and they appreciated.
in all
See,
probability, is alliance on the card.
We will
Can I just
not
get Mr.
worse to
Tirunagari?
it.
Ms.
We will not
Tirunagari.
be
Ms.
worse to
Tirunagari,
it.
alliance
If the
on the
basic,
card? Yes.
See, definitely for the if we talk about the priorities of the state of Andhra Pradesh and the developmental needs of the state of Andhra Pradesh, we might get into the alliance with.
All right. Okay. With that, I'm terribly out of time. Appreciate all of you for joining us. Sorry, we've run out of time, but a quick break on the other side. Rahul Kawal. Thank you for joining us.
जम्मू कश्मीर केवल एक क्षेत्र नहीं है, ये जम्मू कश्मीर भारत का मस्तक है.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi returning to Kashmir after nearly 5 years. And the valley has undergone a sea change since then. Article 370 is history, putting Kashmir on the road to full integration with India. On his first visit since the abrogation of Article 370, Prime Minister Modi said his government ended decades of bias. The Prime Minister also trained guns on the Congress, National Conference and PDP for keeping Parivar before the welfare of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The Prime Minister also said there was an era when the people of Jammu and Kashmir were deprived of benefits, and now the valley is flourishing under Modi Sarkar. In his first visit to Kashmir after Article 370 purge, Prime Minister Modi unveiled multiple development projects worth more than 6,400 crore rupees during the Viksit Bharat Viksit Jammu Kashmir program at Srinagar's Bakshi Stadium. With Pooja Shali in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
Six days after the arrest of TMC strongman Sheikh Shahjahan, accused of sexual harassment and land grabs in Sandesh Khali, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met the victims on Wednesday. The women of Sandesh Khali narrated their ordeal to Prime Minister, who was on a visit to Barasat, where he held a public rally. Addressing the BJP's Nari Shakti Vandan Abhinandan rally in Barasat, 80 kilometers from Sandesh Khali, the Prime Minister asserted that every woman in Bengal is like family to him. Prime Minister Modi came down heavily on the Mamata Banerjee government, saying the TMC is protecting the criminals of Sandesh Khali. The TMC was quick to respond, accusing the BJP of hypocrisy. On the day Prime Minister visited Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee announced a pay hike for Anganwadi and Asha workers in the state. The TMC chief also announced a public rally on Sunday in Kolkata to fight for Bengal's rights. With the women vote increasingly becoming a decisive factor, will Sandesh Khali become a turning point for the BJP in Bengal? Bureau Report, India Today.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 27 and minimum 12 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 28 and minimum 23 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 33 and minimum 19 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 33 and minimum 22 degrees. Chennai, maximum 31 and minimum 24 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 36 and minimum 23 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
इसी धरती पर टीएमसी के राज में नारी शक्ति पर अत्याचार का घोर पाप हुआ है। संदेश खाली में जो कुछ भी हुआ उससे किसी का भी सिर शर्म से झुक जाएगा। लेकिन यहां की टीएमसी सरकार को आपके दुख से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। टीएमसी सरकार बंगाल की महिलाओं के गुनहगार को बचाने के लिए पूरी शक्ति लगा रही है।
आज যেভাবে এসব চলছে আমরা চাই ইম্পার্শিয়াল ইলেকশন। আমরা বিজেপি ইলেকশন চাই না, আমরা ইম্পার্শিয়াল ইলেকশন চাই। বাংলা একমাত্র জায়গা যেখানে ইম্পার্শিয়াল ইলেকশন হয়। আর বাংলায় এসে যারা বড় বড় কথা বলছে তাদের আমি বলবো একবার উত্তরপ্রদেশে যান। গত পরশুদিনও দুটো নাবালিকাকে খুন করে তার হাতগুলোকে বেঁধে খুন করে নির্যাতন করেছে। একবার বিলকিসের বাড়িতে যান, একবার হাতরাসে যান, একবার সাক্ষীর কাছে যান, দেখে আসুন বাংলা অনেক সুস্থ, বাংলা অনেক শান্ত। বিজেপির মন গড়া কিছু দাঙ্গার ছক, কিছু দাঙ্গার আন্দোলন দিয়ে বাংলার মা বোনদের যে অসম্মান করার চেষ্টা করা হচ্ছে, এতে বাংলার মা বোনেরা খুশি নয়।
6 days after the arrest of TMC strongman Sheikh Shahjahan, accused of sexual harassment and land grabs in Sandeshkhali, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met the victims on Wednesday. The women of Sandeshkhali narrated their ordeal to Prime Minister, who was on a visit to Barasat, where he held a public rally. As the survivors turned emotional, Modi heard them like a father figure. Addressing the BJP's Nari Shakti Vandan Abhinandan rally in Barasat, 80 kilometers from Sandeshkhali, the Prime Minister asserted that every woman in Bengal is like family to him. The meet reverberated with chants of Modi. Modi, as the Prime Minister, stood with folded hands, expressing gratitude to the Nari Shakti for the rousing reception. Prime Minister Modi came down heavily on the Mamata Banerjee government, saying the TMC is protecting the criminals of Sandeshkhali. The TMC was quick to respond, accusing the BJP of hypocrisy. With the women vote increasingly becoming a decisive factor, will Sandeshkhali become a turning point for the BJP in Bengal? Bureau Report, India Today.
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies.
Co-presented by Century Laminates by Manish Malhotra, fashion for your furniture.
Co-presented by
Macho Hind, बड़े आराम से.
Co-powered by
The bold look of Kohler. Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com. Her family hogi insured. No stress, Phenolix.
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the news track. I'm Rahul Kamal. Has Prime Minister Modi been able to deliver on the promise of a Naya Kashmir? How much of what we saw today, what we've seen in the valley over the past several months is the new reality and how much is hype? We'll debate that on the news track tonight. Plus lots of ground reports.
Modi's Mission Kashmir. First visit after Article 370 abrogation. Big Badalta Kashmir message.
मैं ये मेहनत आपका दिल जीतने के लिए कर रहा हूं और मैं दिनों दिन देख रहा हूं कि मैं आपका दिल जीतने की दिशा में सही दिशा में जा रहा हूं.
Crowds pour in for Prime Minister's rally.
मोदी जी को देखने के लिए, उनकी स्पीच सुनने के लिए आए हैं यहाँ. मेरा ड्रीम है कि मैं उनसे एक ऑटोग्राफ और सेल्फी लूं.
विकसित भारत, विकसित जम्मू एंड कश्मीर पुश.
रिमोट का बटन दबाकर इन मुख्तलिफ स्कीमों और प्रोग्राम्स को अवाम के नाम वक्फ करें.
Tourism, not terrorism.
बड़े बड़े स्टार भी, सेलिब्रिटी भी, विदेशी मेहमान भी कश्मीर में आए बिना जाते नहीं हैं.
विकास, not परिवार. PM's Naya Kashmir visit.
Before we take you through ground reports from Jammu and Kashmir, show you what the Prime Minister said in Srinagar today, his first visit after the abrogation of Article 370. Let me take you through the headlines I'm tracking tonight. BJP set to seal crucial alliances ahead of the 2024 poll battle. Sources say seat-sharing deal with the BJP in Odisha is almost complete. TDP Chief Naidu and Janasena's Pawan Kalyan to meet Home Minister Shah shortly over the Andhra alliance. Rahul Gandhi announces 5 big poll guarantees for the youth, promises 30 lakh government jobs, law against paper leaks and a 5,000 crore rupee fund for startups.
सरकार में आने के एकदम बाद हमारा पहला काम होगा कि 90% को 30 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां हम दे देंगे.